There is a letter scam targeting UK pensioners right now in 2026 that is specifically designed to steal everything. Not just money, your national insurance number, your bank account details, your personal information, your identity. And the reason it works so consistently on people who are otherwise careful is that the letter itself looks completely official. Government logo, correct formatting, your name and address printed accurately, sometimes even a real government department's return address. In 2024 alone, over £17,500,000 was lost to pension fraud in the United Kingdom. The average loss per victim was £33,848. That is not a small sum from someone who barely noticed. That is life-changing money, gone, in many cases permanently. And physical letters, envelopes designed to look like official government correspondence from HMRC or the DWP, are one of the primary delivery mechanisms for this theft. I want to walk you through exactly how these scams work. Every variant currently circulating, the specific red flags in every one of them, what to do if you have already responded, and the practical steps to protect yourself going forward. My name is James Whitfield. I have spent 16 years as an independent pension advisor, and the scam conversation has become one of the most urgent conversations I have with clients in 2026. Let me start with the most important information I can give you. The rules for how HMRC and the DWP actually communicate with you by post. HMRC communicates primarily by post. Genuine HMRC letters arrive on official letter-headed paper. They include your national insurance number or unique taxpayer reference. They give you time to respond, typically 30 days or more. They direct you to the official HMRC website at gov.uk or to the official HMRC phone number at 03002 003300. What genuine HMRC letters never do is demand immediate payment within days. They never ask you to call a number not listed on the official HMRC website. They never threaten immediate arrest or prosecution if you do not respond today. They never ask you to confirm your bank account details, national insurance number, or passwords by post or phone. They never ask you to pay using gift cards, bank transfer to a new account, or cryptocurrency. The DWP communicates primarily by post for formal matters. Genuine DWP letters come on official letter-headed paper with a reference number. They direct you to gov.uk or to official DWP phone numbers. They give you reasonable time to respond or to provide information. What genuine DWP letters never do is ask you to apply for a benefit through a link or by calling a number not on gov.uk. They never threaten to stop your state pension or pension credit within days unless you call immediately. They never ask for your bank details by post or over the phone in response to an unexpected letter. Now let me describe the specific letter scams currently circulating in the United Kingdom in 2026. Scam number 1. The fake HMRC tax rebate letter. This is the most common HMRC-related postal scam. The envelope arrives with an official-looking HMRC return address or logo. The letter inside states that HMRC has calculated that you are owed a tax refund of a specific amount, often between £200 and £800. The letter provides a phone number or a web address to claim your refund. The phone number is not HMRC. The website is not gov.uk. When you call or visit the site, you are asked to provide your bank account details so the refund can be processed. Those details are used to access your account or to commit fraud in your name. HMRC does not notify people of tax refunds by post in the way this scam describes. Genuine refunds are processed through the self-assessment system and applied to your tax account. If HMRC determines you are owed money, they will contact you through the normal tax process. A one-page letter with a phone number asking for your bank details to process a refund is a scam. If you receive a letter like this and are uncertain whether it is genuine, do not call the number in the letter. Call HMRC directly at 0300200330 and ask whether any refund is owed to you. Scam number 2. The fake HMRC tax demand. This letter claims you owe back tax from a prior year and that legal action, including bailiff attendance or court proceedings, will begin within days unless you make immediate payment to the account details provided. The letter may include a case number, reference to specific tax years, and language designed to sound official and urgent. HMRC's genuine debt collection process involves multiple notices over months before any enforcement action. A single letter demanding immediate payment or threatening immediate bailiff action is not how HMRC operates. Genuine HMRC debt collection letters allow time to dispute or arrange a payment plan, and they direct you to HMRC's official contact details. If you receive a letter claiming you owe tax, check your HMRC online account at gov.uk or call HMRC at 03002 003300 to verify whether any genuine debt exists. Scam number 3. The fake DWP benefit overpayment letter. This letter claims that the DWP has determined you were overpaid a benefit and that you must repay a specific amount within a short window or face legal action. The letter may reference pension credit, housing benefit, or another benefit you receive, and may quote amounts that sound plausible. Genuine DWP overpayment letters exist. The DWP does sometimes determine that overpayments occurred, but genuine notices provide a reference number, allow time to dispute, and direct you to official DWP contact details. A letter demanding repayment within days via bank transfer to a new account is a scam. If you receive an overpayment letter, verify it by calling the relevant DWP number directly. For pension credit and state pension, call 0800 731 0469. For general DWP inquiries, call 0800 169 0190. Scam number 4. The fake pension liberation or investment letter. This letter arrives from what appears to be a legitimate financial services company or pension advisory firm. It offers to help you access your pension early, release funds you did not know you had access to, or achieve returns significantly above the market rate through a recommended investment. Pension liberation fraud cost victims over £17 million in 2024 alone. The average loss was £33,848. These operations use professionally designed letters, official-looking company branding, and sometimes fake Financial Conduct Authority registration numbers to appear legitimate. Before engaging with any letter offering pension advice or investment opportunities, verify the company using the FCA register at fca.org.uk. Search the company name and check whether they are authorized. An FCA registration number in the letter can be verified. If the number does not match the company, or if the company does not appear in the register at all, do not engage. Scam number 5. The DVLA vehicle tax refund letter. This scam claims you are owed a refund on vehicle tax and provides a phone number or website to claim it. The website mimics the official DVLA site, but collects your bank or card details. DVLA vehicle tax refunds, where applicable, are processed automatically through the system when you cancel a vehicle's registration. They are not claimed through a letter with a separate phone number or website. Now, let me address what to do if you have already responded to one of these scams. If you provided your bank account number or sort code, contact your bank immediately. Call the number on the back of your bank card. Explain that you believe you may have provided your account details to a fraudster. Ask the bank to review your account for suspicious activity, consider issuing new account details, and flag the account for additional monitoring. UK banks have dedicated fraud teams available around the clock. If you made a payment by bank transfer to an account you now believe was fraudulent, call your bank immediately and ask them to initiate a recall through the faster payment scheme. Recovery is not guaranteed, but the sooner the attempt is made, the higher the probability of success. If you provided your national insurance number, report the incident to Action Fraud at 030 012 32040 or online at actionfraud.police.uk. Your NI number is a valuable piece of identity information, and the report creates a record that may assist if the number is subsequently used for fraud. If you provided your personal information and are concerned about identity fraud, you can place a Cifas protective registration on your credit file. Cifas is the UK's fraud prevention service. A protective registration costs £25 per 2 years and flags your file so that lenders take extra care with any applications made in your name. This does not prevent fraud, but significantly reduces its impact. Visit cifas.org.uk to apply. Now let me explain the protection measures that work most effectively against letter scams. The most powerful protection is one rule. Never call a phone number printed in an unexpected letter from HMRC, the DWP, or any other government agency. If the letter seems important, find the agency's official number from gov.uk, from your benefit statement, or from your tax documentation, and call that number to verify. The official numbers to save: HMRC General Inquiries 03002 003300, DWP General Inquiries 08001 690 190, Pension Service 0800 731 0469, Action Fraud 0300 123 2040, Citizens Advice 08001 448 848. The second protection is understanding the 4 signs that any letter is a scam. First, urgency. A genuine government letter gives you time to respond. Second, payment demand by unusual method. HMRC and the DWP never ask for payment by gift card, cryptocurrency, or transfer to a new account in a letter. Third, threat of immediate legal action or arrest. This is not how UK government processes work. Fourth, request for personal or financial information to receive a benefit or refund. Genuine refunds and benefits do not require you to provide your bank details in response to an unexpected letter. The third protection is reporting. Every suspicious letter you report contributes to the intelligence picture that allows trading standards, action fraud, and the Royal Mail to identify and disrupt scam operations. Take the envelope and letter to your local post office and ask them to refer it to Royal Mail's investigation team. Report it to Action Fraud, and if the letter claims to be from HMRC, forward a copy to phishing@hmrc.gov.uk. I will close with the most important thing I want you to carry away from this conversation. Scammers who send official-looking letters are counting on 4 things: that the letter looks real enough to create credibility, that the threat or offer is significant enough to create urgency, that the urgency is sufficient to bypass your normal careful judgment, and that you handle it privately without checking with family, advisors, or official sources. Every one of those 4 things can be defeated by one action. Stop and call the official number from an independent source before doing anything the letter asks. £17,500,000 lost in 2024, most of it from people who did not make that one call. Send this video to one person in your life who is over 65 and who receives a lot of post and may not know these specific rules. That one conversation could save them everything. Let me go deeper on several aspects of this topic, because the practical details make the difference between recognizing a scam reliably and falling victim to a convincing one. On the psychological mechanics of letter scams, I want to explain specifically why they are effective against careful, intelligent people. Physical post carries a different psychological weight than a text message or email. We have been conditioned over decades to treat official-looking post seriously. A letter with a government logo, formal language, and your correct name and address triggers a response that a text message does not. The scammers who use physical post specifically choose it because they know it creates more credibility and more urgency than digital communication. The 4 psychological mechanisms these letters use are authority, threat, urgency, and isolation. The letter appears to come from a powerful institution. It threatens something significant: loss of benefits, legal action, or financial penalty. It creates an artificial deadline that prevents careful evaluation. And it sometimes explicitly instructs you not to discuss the matter with others, framing this as protecting confidentiality when the actual purpose is to prevent the second opinion that would identify the scam. When you understand these 4 mechanisms, you can recognize a scam not just by reading the content, but by noticing how it makes you feel. If a letter makes you feel anxious, creates urgency, carries official authority, and suggests confidentiality, those feelings are the warning signal. That specific combination does not happen in genuine government correspondence. On the HMRC scam letter specifically, I want to give you the characteristics of a genuine HMRC letter so that you can compare them to what you receive. A genuine HMRC letter will include your full name and address. It will include your national insurance number or your unique taxpayer reference. It will include a clear explanation of why HMRC is writing to you with specific reference to a tax year or a specific matter. It will give you a response time of at least 30 days in most circumstances. It will direct you to contact HMRC through the official numbers at gov.uk, and it will not ask for payment to a new or unusual account. A scam letter claiming to be from HMRC may include many of these elements because scammers copy the format of genuine letters, but there will typically be differences in the details. The contact number will not match the official HMRC number. The payment instructions will be unusual. The deadline will be days rather than weeks. The response required will involve providing bank details or personal information rather than disputing a calculation or accessing your online tax account. The definitive test is always the same. Take any number from the letter, do not use it, and call the official number from gov.uk instead. If the letter is genuine, the official number will confirm the matter. If it is a scam, the official number will tell you there is no such correspondence on your account. On pension fraud specifically, I want to address the types of pension scam that arrive by post in more detail, because these carry some of the highest individual losses of any fraud type. The free pension review letter typically comes from what appears to be a legitimate financial advice firm. It offers a complimentary review of your pension arrangements, suggesting you may be missing out on benefits or returns you are entitled to. The review leads to a recommendation to transfer your pension into a new scheme managed or recommended by the fraudulent firm. The new scheme typically promises returns significantly above market rates. Once the pension is transferred, the money may be invested in high-risk or fraudulent assets and lost, or may simply be stolen. The warning signs are high returns with low risk, urgency to act quickly, and suggestions not to tell your current pension provider before the transfer. Before engaging with any letter offering a pension review or pension investment, verify the firm using the FCA register at fca.org.uk and the pensions regulator at tpr.gov.uk. On what to do after a scam, I want to address the emotional impact, because this significantly affects whether people take protective steps. Being the victim of a letter scam is deeply distressing. People often experience shame, which prevents them from reporting or asking for help. The shame belongs to the criminals, not to the victims. These are professional criminals who specifically design their communications to exploit normal human responses to authority and urgency. Age UK provides free, non-judgmental support for fraud victims at 0800 055 6112. Friends Against Scams at friendsagainstscams.org.uk offers free 20-minute online training specifically designed for older people to recognize and avoid scams. Let me close with the 3 most important things to do before this week is out. First, save the official contact numbers: HMRC 03002 003300, DWP 08001 690190, Pension Service 080073 10469, Action Fraud 03001 232040. Second, tell one family member about the 4 signs of a scam letter: urgency, unusual payment method, threat of immediate legal action, request for personal information to receive a refund or benefit. Third, register with the mailing preference service at mpsonline.org.uk to reduce unsolicited promotional mail. This makes it easier to identify what is unexpected and worth checking carefully. The criminals sending these letters depend on you acting quickly without verifying. One pause and one call to the official number breaks their entire operation. Let me also address the specific situation of the fake cheque scam variant that is now arriving by post in the UK, because this has increased significantly in 2026. A letter arrives with what appears to be a genuine cheque for a significant sum, sometimes £200 to £500. The letter explains that you have won a competition, been selected for a customer loyalty reward, or are receiving a refund from a previous purchase. The letter instructs you to deposit the cheque and transfer a smaller amount, typically a processing fee or tax payment, to a specified account to receive the full benefit. The cheque is fraudulent. Under UK banking rules, funds from a deposited cheque may appear available in your account before the cheque has fully cleared and been verified. This can take 7 to 10 business days. If you transfer money based on the available balance before the cheque clears, the cheque then bounces, the available balance is reversed, and the money you transferred is gone. The rule is absolute. You cannot receive a prize, reward, or refund that requires you to pay a fee first. Legitimate competitions and awards do not require processing fee payments. Any letter containing a cheque and a request to transfer money is a scam, regardless of how official the cheque appears. On the broader picture of protecting yourself from letter fraud, I want to address something that Age UK has identified as a growing vulnerability, specifically for pensioners who live alone. People who live alone are statistically more likely to be targeted by postal scams because there is less likelihood of a second person reviewing the post or providing a reality check before the recipient acts. Fraudsters know this. Many of the most sophisticated scam letters are specifically designed to reach people who live alone, using language that creates urgency and discourages seeking outside advice. If you live alone or know someone who does, the buddy system I described earlier is particularly important. Having one trusted person, a family member, a friend, a neighbour, an Age UK volunteer, who you can call before taking any action in response to an unexpected letter, provides the second perspective that the scammer is trying to prevent. Age UK telephone friendship groups can connect isolated older people with trained volunteers for regular phone contact. This is not specifically a scam prevention service, but the regular contact and the relationship it builds creates a natural channel for discussing unexpected post and getting a second opinion. Visit ageuk.org.uk for details. Let me also address the Cifas protective registration in more detail, because many pensioners have not heard of it, and it is one of the most practical identity theft protections available. Cifas is the UK's National Fraud Prevention Service. A Cifas protective registration adds a notice to your credit file that tells lenders you are at risk of identity fraud. When a lender checks your file before approving a credit application, they see the notice and are required to take additional steps to verify the identity of the applicant before proceeding. This makes it significantly harder for someone using your stolen details to open accounts in your name. A Cifas protective registration costs £25 for 2 years. This is available to anyone, not just fraud victims. For a pensioner who is concerned about identity theft following a suspicious letter, or who received a letter that may have already compromised their details, placing a Cifas registration is a practical and relatively low-cost step. Visit cifas.org.uk to apply online. The registration typically takes 2 to 3 working days to appear on your credit file. Send this video to one person in your life who is over 65 and who receives significant post and may not know these specific rules about how genuine government agencies communicate. One conversation before they receive a scam letter is worth far more than any amount of support after. I will see you in the next one.